Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I told you guys I was going to give you guys an update on the third gen, so I think we're going to go through a few things today. I'm going to show you guys what I've done, a little bit of cosmetic things here and there, and then I do have a few parts here for the truck, and we'll kind of go over some future mods for the truck and kind of give you a direction of where we're going. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Stay tuned. So as you guys see the truck, the last video I had, I did the lowering of the rear of the truck. I'm not sure if I had the front in there, but I had the rear. It sat a lot lower than I'd liked, so I actually put the leaf spring back in that I took out. Let me show you guys real quick. I just had 3 leaves in there, but as you guys can see, I have 4. So I put the 4th one back in, bolted it all back up together, and everything looks great. So it's not that hard of a job to do, but it gets it back up, and it didn't look like it was squatting. So pretty happy with how that turned out. But if you come over here and you just look at the side profile, it looks pretty good. It's a little nose down, but it's only nose down I think by like 1/2 inch. So I have the measurements in the garage. I'll show you guys exactly what I have on that. Here's a passenger side view. The back measures the same. It's 7 1/4 now. The front is 7, and on the driver's side or passenger side, and on the driver's side I believe it's 6 7/8. But I'll show you the before and after measurements here in a second. But yeah, the truck's sitting pretty good right now. No issues. I was daily driving it. I have put about 9,000 miles on it since I've had it, so it's been treating me pretty well. I haven't had any big issues. Obviously, did all the brakes. I think you saw that in one of the last videos. But and if you look at the front, we do have some cosmetic changes. I did order this bumper cover. Got it off of eBay, already painted to match. It's held up very well. It's dirty right now. There's no chips on it, but it's just dirty. This bumper cap I bought off eBay. Probably need to get another one of these. This thing kind of sucks, but just slipped it right over the old bumper. I had to order all new brackets, the plastic brackets that fill in here and that also fill in back here. The dealership wanted like 300 bucks each. Found them on Amazon for like 20 bucks a piece, so it worked out pretty well. But yeah, the profile of the truck I think looks pretty good. All right, so as you guys can see here, here's the before and afters. Before driver side front, passenger side front, driver side rear, passenger rear. This is what I started out with, 7 3/4. It only dropped the front an inch, 6 3/4. These are the 2-inch drop coils from Fire Punk. So that's what I got, and the truck's been sitting on them for about 9 months now. That's ultimately where they stayed. Passenger side front was 8 1/4, now it's 7. Driver side rear was 8 7/8. We got down to 7 1/4. And I do remind you, other than pulling those blocks out, I do have drop shackles back there. They're supposed to be 2-inch drop shackles, but we see the realistic numbers after you pull the overload and the spacers. This is what I got. So passenger side rear was 8 1/4. Now it's 7 1/4. So take it for what it's worth. But that's a realistic expectation of lowering this truck. I think I may pull the leaf back out, and I may try to do something to the front to get it a little bit lower, because I do want to have this lower profile street truck look. But for right now, she looks just fine for the time being. I know some of you guys may be asking, like, where's the 4th gen? She didn't go nowhere. I just took her to the shop, getting the front end looked at. I had a popping sound, tightened my track bar. It was pretty loose. I say I got about 3/4 of a turn on it. Tightened it up, and I still had that popping sound. So took it to my buddy Mike at 4Wheel Parts. They did the gears on it probably about 2 years ago, and he's a guy I know outside of work, and I trust him. So I took it there just to kind of get eyes on the front end. That truck has 67,000 miles on it now, and you know, she's lived her whole life pretty much on 37. So just making sure everything up there looks good, everything's tight, and she's taken care of, and she drives really nice. All right, so please excuse the mess of the truck. She is a little dirty right now, just a little dirty on the carpet, but interior, just a little bit of an update. This is a Boss head unit I got off of Amazon, or my wife bought it off of Amazon for me, just to have some Apple CarPlay. The wire harness I had to buy separate. It was a Pac-Man, I think is what they call it. That was an additional 200 bucks, but she worked out pretty good. Everything works, steering controls work. And everything's great, so don't have any complaints about that. It is nice to have somewhat of some technology upgrades on the the radio itself, so that is a cool thing to have. And as you see the back of the truck, it's It's getting a little crazy back here with new parts, but this is all new AC stuff. This is our AC condenser, and whatever else is in the boxes. It's a heater core, AC evap. I got a blower motor. If you look down here, see if I'll cover this up. I got the Blend Door USA kit. So one of the videos coming soon, I'll be pulling the dash, fixing all that. Everything works. It just takes a little longer to go from heat to AC sometimes. So I have to like take the switches where it's, you know, tell temperature wise, and I have to like shove it all the way heat and then shove it all the way cold to actually get it to cool off. I took my wife to the doctor appointment one day, and she doesn't ride in this thing ever, but it was like full-blown heat at 70 degrees outside, and I was trying to get the AC on, and it took a couple cycles. So I was like, you know what, let's get that booger fixed. So we're going to be getting that knocked out here before too long. But yeah, I got all this stuff just to get everything behind the dash taken care of. So when I have it out, I can just get it done and not have to worry about it again. But yeah, you guys see the interior of the truck. It's not bad. So far, so good. All right, so I'm gonna look at my phone real quick, and I'm gonna tell you guys some of the mods I've done since I have made an upload. Since I haven't made an upload, I guess you could say. It's been a while. 9 months, I think, is what YouTube said since I've actually done anything to that truck on YouTube. So overall direction of the truck. For you guys that are just tuning in, I have a 4th gen. This is my 3rd gen. I bought, when I sold my 4th gen, then I bought my 4th gen back. But bought the truck with 189,000 miles. It currently has a 198,600-ish miles. Direction of this truck is going to be a 1,200 horsepower street truck. Now that I have my 4th gen back, I'm undecided now. I don't know if I want to go compounds or if I just want to do a large single. She does have 200% overs or 14 mils CP3. I did order some new rocker assemblies for the motor. Probably going to button up the valve train before I move to anything else. I did do a trans flush on it, not a trans flush. I pulled the pan. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted up some pictures. I pulled the pan and the transmission looked immaculate. Doesn't mean it's built by any means. It just looked really clean and really good, like it's already been rebuilt before. So that gave me a little bit of confidence. I tightened up my second gear band, and I changed the fluid. So changing my transmission fluid. This thing the valve body looks pretty nice. Obviously it's submerged in oil, but I mean, I'm almost wondering if this is a transmission that's been worked on before or redone. I've also added a 4-inch stainless exhaust to this truck. I'll try to throw some pictures up here in a minute showing you what had happened to it. It kind of bent, and then it like teared. It's like it almost teared a little bit. I think it may have been just had some pressure on it, but it was kind of ghetto red from the start. When I bought the truck, the exhaust was literally one piece. It was welded all together, hacked up from the turbo all the way out to the tailpipe. So obviously that's going to happen with no flex in it, and it happened, so I had to buy a new exhaust. You guys already saw the Laramie Sport bumper cover. I paid $550 for that thing. They do sell them for like $140 black, like primer, kind of like my hood. You can actually get them painted, and you can have them a little bit cheaper, but I actually went for the quality or premium quality option where it's not rolled up and put in a box. I actually had it in the one long piece, and they boxed it up really nice, and they put some styrofoam in there so it wouldn't get scuffed up. But I paid the extra just to have it shipped that way instead of rolled up and have to put it in the sun and let it, like, I guess, unfold. So I did replace the tip-em in this truck. I still have the problem I replaced the tip-em for. I have dash lights just all come on. All my gauges go to 0, and then they come back on. It's when I hit a bump or something real crazy in the road, like if there's a big suspension jump, all my lights will come on. The truck still runs fine. There's no interruptions in fuel, like the truck's trying to shut off or anything. So I think it just is the dash or something loose in the dash. And I was going to touch on this earlier. I did have a transmission leak at work. I was driving to work, went to another building for my work. When I came back out, there was about a puddle, probably about a 10-inch puddle of not hydraulic fluid, transmission fluid sitting there. So I looked at it, traced it back, and it was the cooler line where the one of the lines from the transmission buttoned into the transmission cooler. So since then, I have replaced it with a Mishimoto trans cooler and the full send diesel braided AN lines. I got rid of the, it's still on the block, but I bypassed the heat exchanger on the block, and I just straight lines to the transmission to the cooler. There's nothing in between. So don't want to have that freak accident of something going wrong inside of that heat exchanger, and then your coolant mixing with your transmission fluid, and then you got yourself a strawberry milkshake and a tore up, destroyed transmission. So got that out of the way. And one last thing I've done since then was the front door weather stripping. I did have a whistle coming from the driver's side door when it was real windy out. No longer there. It was $86 for some weather stripping on Summit Racing. So that is a little bit of what I have done to the truck since I haven't seen you guys on YouTube lately. Want some work coming up soon. What I would like to do is I want to pull the bed, and I want to get either I'm going to pull the bed, pull everything off of the frame, and get it media blasted or dustless blasted, or shoot, might even just hit it with a grinder and paint it. Banks was kind enough to work with me and send me out some parts, so we do have some parts going on the rear end for that. I do want to pull the motor up. I want to pull the motor, clean up the entire engine bay frame as well. There's some grease, there's some leaking spots, and some of the parts that were in the back of the truck are actually gaskets for like the oil cooler and things like that to fix all the leaks. So I want to paint the block, the firewall. I'm going to remove all the insulation that's already stuck in there that I can't get to, and then install parts while the engine's on the stand. So I do have a set of ARP head studs right here. They are not mine. They're actually a buddy of mine. We did a 2nd gen swap on his 4th gen. These are just the S2000s or 425s, as people like to refer to them. But those are for his truck. I'm kind of standing by right now on ARP 625s. It's just the market's pretty freaking crazy on those right now, and I think I paid $1,100 for mine back in 2020, and they're up to like $1,500 now. So I'm just not sure that's something I want to do at the moment. The truck just has a 67 drop in, but yeah, guys, that's the truck. So far, everything's going well. I did pull the molding off the bottom here. You can see there's some kind of paint that's missing, and just a whole bunch of nasty looking like pitting from the, whatchamacallit, from, just crap being back there, sand and whatever. But yeah. She's pretty much stripped with the exception of these. I have thought about replacing the fenders with the paint to match ones that come from the same company that did the front bumper cover. But let me know in your guys' opinion if I should do that. I want to see some comments below if you guys can. Just should I do that and just paint the truck in sections, or should I just get it done all at once? Man, I don't know if I should take it to Mako or just actually have a good quality paint job done to it. I'm kind of stuck right now with that. The way the truck sits right now, I want to get it looking good. That's wheels and tires and paint, because everything on it is reliable at this point. Everything's working just like it should. I got my confidence back with the transmission when I opened her up. That gave me a warm and fuzzy that she's going to be okay for a little while. I'm not saying she's going to handle power, but I'm saying she's going to drive just fine and just be able to drive the truck. So that's kind of where I'm at. Even the tailgate. So if you look at the tailgate, I got some really disgusting dings in it. I mean, it's a truck, right? The guy used it as a truck. So I've been thinking about buying the tailgate piece from him, but I'm afraid that if I do, it's not going to be as thick of metal, and it could bow, and I could just be out, $380 is what it costs. So, but yeah, let me know if you guys, or any of you guys that work paint and body, let me know your opinion. Like when I said earlier, I thought about taking the bed off. I thought about just giving him the bed, and I driving the truck back home without the bed, cleaning up the frame, and then going back to him when the bed's painted and throwing her back on. I could do the front fenders and then have him paint the hood and grill. That way the front end's done, the bed's done, and the only thing left would be the cab and the doors. I just don't know if that's smart. I'm not a paint and body guy. I can turn wrenches, but I ain't, when it comes to the minute stuff like that, it's just ain't my cup of tea. So let me know what you guys think, man. I really do value your guys' opinions and your thoughts, and kind of keep me honest. So I figured since I had you guys in here, I could show you guys some of the parts I do have. This is the full send diesel kit for the line that comes from the head to the heater core, and this is the one that goes on the bottom, kind of like by the lower coolant hose, and it goes up to the firewall to get rid of that one that goes underneath the manifold, to get rid of that so I can remove the heat exchanger. We do have motor mounts. We have Bosch. I forgot what that is. That's a seal of some sort. Oh, I think that's a rear pinion seal. I may be wrong. We do have the front drive shaft out. Yeah, we're doing the Bluetooth drive shaft at the moment. I want to get it rebuilt. The reason it's out of the truck right now is because I'm scared to death of all the horror stories you see online about those front drive shafts exploding and the grease zerk that's in the front that's a needle fitting that nobody can seem to get to or find. And I'm one of those guys. I can't find it. Maybe it's just clogged up with dirt. I don't know. But I'm probably going to take that to a drive shaft shop later and get it rebuilt. That's why it's out of the truck. As silly as that sounds, yes, it is what it is. I don't want to tear up my transfer case. I don't want to destroy the wire harness, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. We do have some AMSOIL products, like I said, for the parts that are coming from Banks. I got a few other things that I want to do. Got an upper radiator hose. I got a thermostat housing. This is a fan clutch, and honestly, I forgot what this is. I have just been buying parts left and right from Rock Auto just to kind of restore this truck back to a good working order. I'm to the point now where I'm not going to replace anything else until it's broken. I've got so much money in this truck already that my wife would kill me if I kept spending more money on preventative stuff or stuff that doesn't need to be really fixed right now. So she likes the truck. She doesn't want me to get rid of it, so it's going to stay here with the family. We're going to build it, like I said, and just keep moving forward with it. So I just need to get her start looking pretty so we can be happy to look at her. I think once I get the paint, wheels, and tires on it, it's going to be a completely different ball game, and it's going to motivate me even more. But another thing I want to have you guys comment on is let me know, what should I go, big single or compounds? I think single would be cheaper. Obviously it is cheaper, but it would be cheaper on the bottom end too. I wouldn't have to do the bottom end right away. I could do compounds and risk windowing the block later on down the line, but this is going to be a street truck. When I say street truck, this is going to be something I can drive on the street. I can get on it whenever I want to. I do eventually want to take it to the track and play around a little bit just to run it and see how it does. But mainly just a fun driver with a lot of power. Why do I need that much power? I don't know. Why do we need a lot of things in life? I just want that much power. So one of my goals has always been to have 1,000 horsepower, 1,000 wheel horsepower vehicle. So I just want to go up a little bit more with it since I know this truck and these platforms are capable of it. So, but yeah, I feel like I'm rambling on, but that should be it for today, guys. I just wanted to give you guys an update on the truck, how it sits, how it's going. Everything's fine with it. She ain't going anywhere. And yeah, majority of the content will be on that. There are going to be some 4th gen updates we do, but for the time being, majority of it is going to be 3rd gen stuff. If you guys want to see some stuff done on the 4th gen, drop a comment down below. Let me know some ideas of what I could do. I eventually want to do some injectors in CP3 on the 4th gen. Nothing crazy, just a good 700-800 horsepower daily that can turn up to 700-800 horsepower. So, but yeah, so I feel like I've been talking a lot. I feel like I'm about to lose my voice, but just wanted to give you guys an update. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys haven't been here before, please get down there, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. And until then, we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Take care.